A long time ago, in a small village in Benin Kingdom, Nigeria, lived a man called Osadolo and his wife called Itohan. They were rich farmers and very hardworking. They made their wealth from farming. Osadolo inherited a lot of acres of lands which they used for farming. They both employ young men and women to help them out in the farm. A hut was built in the farmland in case they work till late in the evening. They can sleep in the farm hut. Osadolo and his wife Itohan were so kind to the villagers, especially the widows and the orphans. They would give farm produce to them, and on their resting day, Itohan would cook for the orphans in the village. Everyone loved them. But Osadolo and Itohan had no kids of their own. They were hoping that one day they would have children of their own. One evening, Itohan took some food to Edede. Edede means old woman in Benin language. Edede has no children. She lives alone in a hut left for her by her late husband. Because she had no kids, everyone in the village abandoned her. Itoha was the only one who cooked for her, fetched water for her, and firewood as well. Edede was so full of wisdom. She always advised Itohan. Itohan took Edede as her mother since she has lost her parents. Edede was the one Itohan cries to and always pours her heart out to Edede about her childlessness. Edede will always tell her, "Be patient, my daughter. One day God will bless you with children because you have a good heart and your Creator will never forsake you. Continue doing what you are doing for the people." So that evening, when Itohan went to visit Edede, Edede told Itohan, "My daughter, I have been waiting for you. Come and sit down. I have something to tell you." Itohan said okay and sat beside Edede, and she said, "Edede, what is it you want to tell me?" Edede said, "I saw you carrying your own children." Itohan was so excited, but Edede said, "But there will be a lot of sorrow surrounding their birth, and I hope you and Osadolo are ready." Itohan quickly said, "Yes, I just want children I can call my own." Itohan was so happy about this news and did not even think of what Edede said about what will happen in future. As Itohan got home, she told her husband about what Edede said. And the husband was also excited and did not care about what will happen in the future. All they ever wanted was the cry of a baby in their house and hold their little ones just like every other married couple in the village. As days, weeks, and months passed by, one day Itohan finds out she was pregnant. She was so excited, and her husband as well. Itohan ran to Edede to tell her the good news. As she got there, she didn't see Edede outside her usual spot, where she always sits. Itohan panicked. She started calling, "Edede, Edede, Dede, Iye, Dede." As she got into the hut, she saw Edede lying down on her mud bed with her eyes closed. Itohan panicked again and she walked closer to Edede's bed. She felt a cold sweat running down her body because she thought Edede was dead. As she got closer, Edede opened her eyes. Itohan's heart skipped a bit and she said, "Dede, are you okay?" Dede replied, "Yes, my daughter." Then Itohan asked, Why are you in bed early? Are you sick? Are you sure you are all right? But Edide replied, yes, again, and continued. Itohan, my daughter, I'm worried about you and your husband, Osadolo. The storm that is going to come with the birth of your children. Itohan replied, Dede, how do you know that I am pregnant already? I came to tell you the good news. Edide smiled. Itohan asked Edide, you mean I'm going to have 2 babies, not 1? Edide smiled again. Osadolo and Itohan went on with their family business and good things they were doing for the villagers. As months passed by, Itohan's pregnancy came to due date. One sunny day, as Itohan was preparing lunch for the husband and the workers in the farm hut, she felt a sharp pain and she noticed her water sack has broken and the babies were ready to come into the world. She called her husband and told him that the babies were ready to come out. Quickly, the husband prepared the mat and lay his wife on the mat, ready to help her. Ever since they knew they were having a baby, they had everything prepared both in their house in the village and in their hut in the farm. As Itohan successfully gave birth to her babies, which was a miracle, the couple were surprised to see 2 baby boys conjoined together by their tummy. They had conjoined twins. Then they remembered what Edide had told them. How can they present their children to the villagers? Osadolo told Itohan, relax, that they will find a way around it. That day, Osadolo told the workers to go home, that he needed to spend time with his wife and their babies. Immediately, the news spread around the village that Osadolo and Itohan have finally given birth. As the days passed by, the villagers were eager to see the babies, but the couple kept on giving excuses as to why they cannot unveil their babies. Whenever Itohan is going to the market, she leaves the babies with Edide. This kept on going until Edide fell ill and passed away. Itohan now has to take care of her children without the help of anyone. Osadolo and Itohan were now spending more time at the farm hut. But as the years passed by and the children were growing up, Osadolo and Itohan could not keep the twins in the farm hut anymore. They decided to bring the children home from the farm so that they can have more space to play. One day, during their resting day, while Osadolo and Itohan were sitting under a mango tree in front of their house, watching their twins, Edobo and Eduge, playing, they received a visitor unexpectedly. He was a friend of Osadolo called Ogie. Osadolo was so surprised because Ogie was supposed to be in his farm. As Ogie was approaching and asking who is at home, and before Osadolo and Itohan could raise up their heads to look at the visitor, he was already closer to them. Osadolo and Itohan couldn't tell the kids to go inside. As Ogie saw the twins, he was shocked at the sight of the twins. He has never seen anything like that. How is this possible? Many years ago, it was difficult for people to accept twin babies. They just started accepting twins not too long ago, and now conjoined twins. As Osadolo rose up from the mat they were sitting, on to welcome him. He saw the shock on his friend's face, but he still went ahead to ask him to come and sit. But Oge shouted and ran off, saying, God forbid, Awa, my eyes have seen evil. My eyes have seen demon. God forgive me. My ancestors forgive me. Usadolo tried to call him to explain, but he refused. Usadolo went back to his wife and sat down beside her and their twins. Despite the condition of the twins, the couple loved their kids so much. After Oge left their house, talking to himself, the villagers he met on the way looked at him with surprise, as they have never seen him walking and talking to himself before. Some were able to ask him what was going on, and he told them. Before you know it, the news spread like wildfire. The villagers will often pay them unexpected visits. Usadolo and Itohan no longer cared about what the villagers would say. As time passed by, the twins grew into lovely boys, and they are now old enough to go out and play with their peer groups. But that was the beginning of their sorrow. Whenever they come out to play with other children, they will run away from them and start calling them twin demons, monsters, evil twins. The villagers will quickly close their doors. The villagers stop visiting them and they stop accepting food and farm produce from them, saying they have an evil twin and that they don't want their household to be contaminated. Whenever the twins are seen in the village, men, women, and children will start pointing at them, calling them cursed twins and all sorts of names, saying that they should be thrown into the deepest part of the forest. Some villagers were also gossiping around, saying that God is punishing them for their secret evil deeds. Some were even saying that it was the charm they did to become rich. That was the reason they have conjoined twins. The youth were no longer interested in working for them in the farm. Meanwhile, the villagers no longer bought farm produce from them anymore, nor do they sell anything to them. They were always being mocked by some of the villagers because they are conjoined twins. Things were getting really bad for them, but they never gave up. Their love for their twins was growing stronger. They were ready to fight and face any battle just to protect their twins.